Hey there, Angela Mosley here with Modern Fit Moms. Welcome to your core and pelvic floor workout. What you're going to need for today's workout is I've got a long monster band, I have my loop band, my Pilates ball, my foam roller, as well as my yoga block. And then I do have some balloons here. If you have a balloon or if you have a straw, you can use that as well. This is just really meant to help increase the pressure, to help increase the strength for our core and our pelvic floor. Okay, so we're going to run through our warm-up exercises 2 times through. So I'll need my yoga block and my foam roller, as well as my long resistance band. All right, so we're going to start off in that inverted breathing position. So you can place the yoga block down on the mat, and then you're going to come all the way down. And we're going to focus on that nice, strong inhale through the nose, expanding into the rib cage, pushing the shoulders into the floor to push the body away. And then as you exhale, I want you to think about scooping everything back up and in. And then I want you to try and hold that brace with your next inhale. And then you'll just reset yourself as you need to. But your challenge today is to try and hold that brace. And then with your next inhale, you can try and reset it again. So inhale through the nose. And then exhale all the way out. Hold that brace. Take your next inhale. Exhale all the way out. So what we're doing here is we're bracing the front so that all of the breath is forced into the back, where I find most people have tightness. So when we compress one area, we can open up another area. Awesome job. Go ahead and rest. So we're going to do that again. So you'll have another try. We're going to grab our foam roller. You're going to come on to the side, and you're going to use that yoga block for head support. You're going to press the top knee into the foam roller, and the bottom leg is going to stay nice and strong on the floor. You're going to push and push open. So squeeze and push open, and then pull back. So my abs are hovering up off the ground. And you could think inhale here, especially if you know you have tightness. If you don't have tightness, you need more strengthening, you could think about exhaling here. And then the opposite as you push forward. So it's a push forward and it's a pull back. So again, inhale here as you pull back. If you're dealing with some tightness, if you're dealing with weakness, you can always exhale as you pull back. So you'll just do the opposite breathing pattern. So push forward, going into external rotation, and then as you pull back, going into internal rotation of the top hip. Now, whatever the top hip is doing, the bottom hip is doing the opposite. All right. Awesome job. Let's go ahead and switch into that other side. So we're going to do the same exact thing, just on the other side. So come down, place that foam roller. You want to have that 90-degree angle. Again, abs hovering. You can pull back and then push forward. It is very subtle. It is very gentle. We're not going for speed here. We're slowing down. We're connecting as you push forward and then pull back. So again, just that top leg, you can take that hand, you can guide your hand, you can also place your feet up against a wall if you find that you're moving a little bit more than you should, because the movement should be coming from the hips. That upper body should stay put. So push forward. Awesome job. Go ahead and give it a rest. All right, we're gonna grab our long band and we're going to place it around our lumbar spine, and we're going to come into almost like a child's pose, but in a tall position. Place the hands in front of you. You're going to inhale, drops. You're tilting the pelvis forward, belly drops, sits bones open, and then exhale. You want to think about lifting that pubic bone up towards the sternum, getting the core and the pelvic floor on board, and then inhale, let everything go. Nice and lengthening, and then exhale, activating. So going into that anterior pelvic tilt, and then exhale, posterior with activation. So again, moving slowly. We're not rushing through this. Awesome job. Go ahead, place that band off to the side. We're going to go back to our inverted breathing. So bring your knees on the yoga block, drop your elbows down, press the elbows to push the body away, neck is long. You're going to inhale into your nose, expanding in all the places. Exhale, scoop those lower abs. Let the breath come all the way out. Try to hold that brace and then inhale again. So you should feel, as you hold that brace, you get an expansion near the rectum. You should feel the breath going into the rectum almost. That's why I like to visualize opening up like a flower. So continue with that. If you need to, you can reset yourself, shake it off, whatever you got to do. Focusing on lateral ribcage expansion. Exhale, scooping those low abs. Think about everything, gravity pulling everything back in as you exhale. Awesome job. Go ahead and rest. We're going to go back to our pullbacks. Doesn't matter which side you start on because we're going to do both sides again. So come on down to the mat. Again, you want to hover those abdominals up ever so slightly. Knees in a 90-degree angle, pressing down onto the foam roller, pushing forward, and then pulling back. Again, it is a very subtle movement. You will feel those low abs on board. You'll feel glutes. You should feel glutes opening and then activating as you push forward. It's very subtle. Moving with your breath. Last one. Awesome job. Go ahead and rest. Flip it to that other side. All right. Go ahead, push forward and pull back. I am just now remembering that I washed myself some blueberries and I never ate my blueberries. It'll be a great post-workout snack. Push forward and then drive back. Awesome job. Go ahead and set that off to the side. Grab your loop band and we're going to come into that cat-cow, just the pelvis. So wrap the band around. You can also do this without the band. The band just helps to bring in some resistance. Inhale and then exhale. Pubic bone comes up towards the sternum. By now we should have woken up the core, our diaphragm, and our pelvic floor for our workout today. And rest. Awesome job. You can set that band off to the side. Our first exercise, we've got a core exercise with a glute exercise. So our first exercise, we're going to use the band and the yoga block. And then I'm going to use for the first exercise, and then I'm going to take the band off, and we're going to use just the yoga block. So our first exercise is a hip shift. You've seen this move before, but we're adding in that band to add in resistance. Now we're not doing a fire hydrant like we did. We're just creating resistance in that band. So I'm sitting into this opposite side. So I'm going to come here. I'm going to shift into this side of the foot knee that's on the block. That's going to provide some lengthening. I'm going to inhale here and then exhale, pull up. So I'm creating resistance by pushing out laterally. All right, but I'm not going into external rotation. Go ahead and move. So I'm shifting down and then exhale, pushing into the block. Now this should help you to feel more in your glutes. But again, I'm not going into that fire hydrant, right? I'm not pushing out like that. I'm just creating resistance in the band, okay? So it's very subtle. So inhale here, exhale. So you do your traditional hip shift, but with the band can help pull in more glutes, especially on this side, but also a little bit on that opposite side. So you want to think inhale down, exhale to push. So I'm pushing this knee into the yoga block. Go ahead and rest as I lift up. All right, so we're going to go right into that other side. So we don't want to be holding up the pelvic floor the whole time. All right, let's go ahead and work. So you want to think the pelvic floor should be responsive and reflexive to our movement. So I am not doing an intentional Kegel here, right? I'm using my breath to inhale as I drop down and then exhale to drive up. Now my pelvic floor is naturally going to respond to this, but I am not intentionally doing a Kegel, if that makes sense. Okay, our pelvic floor responds to movement. It automatically. That's what it should do, all right? If at any point you feel pain, then that's a good sign that you need to back off, especially within the pelvic floor. If you're experiencing some pain, discomfort, go ahead and rest. Then you want to back off, and you probably would benefit more from the mobility series that I've provided for you. So, and then you can join us back when you're ready. All right, we're going to place that yoga block coming into a bear hover. I'm going to shift back. Inhale, push that pressure back. Exhale to come into that bear plank. So inhale, push pressure back. Exhale, activate that core. You can squeeze that block for extra activation. If that doesn't work, you can always come into a child's pose and then exhale. So a hinge, push pressure back, exhale, come forward. So the idea is that we're inhaling, pushing the pressure back and allowing that lengthening to happen. And then as we come forward, we're pushing that pressure forward and up to lift up the pelvic floor. Go ahead and rest. So again, not intentionally activating the pelvic floor because the pelvic floor should be responsive with our exhales. So you want to be very mindful of that. But everybody is going to be different. If you need that intentional response, we're going to go back to exercise 1. If you need that intentional response, go ahead and move. Then you can add it in. But it's not meant to do that long term, meaning that you shouldn't have to cue your pelvic floor long term, right? Inhale down and press this knee into the block to drive up. It's very subtle. So you can even take, if you have the good balance and core stability, you could take this opposite hand to feel. Okay, am I opening? Do I feel it? You can feel your fingers near your sits bones to see if you can feel your pelvic floor responding naturally. Go ahead and rest. That's one of the cues that I use with my clients. I'll be like, okay, let's feel down into your sits bones. Let's feel if you can feel your breath going in and feel if you can feel your breath coming up. It's a good way to test your pelvic floor to see if it's responding naturally. All right, we're there. So again, creating resistance by pulling the band apart and holding it there, but I'm not pushing out in that fire hydrant. So this is our opportunity to slow down, really connect with our core, connect with our glutes. Awesome job. All right, we're going to go back to our down dog, to our bear hover. You can also place your feet up against the wall. That can help to keep that that can help create more stability, so that if you had your feet against the wall, that would create a stopping point. All right. So inhale here. Inhale, push back. Exhale, squeeze. So we never want to hold up the pelvic floor the whole time. If you are working on pelvic floor strengthening, and you know that you need that extra cue, then we want to make sure that we allow the pelvic floor to go through its full range. So activation, lengthening, and that's how we do it with our breath. Awesome job. Go ahead and rest. All right, we have one more round just like that, starting with that hip shift. So place that band up above your knees. I'm going to start on my right side, and we're there. So really think about pushing this knee into the block as you push against that band. You also want to think that this leg is going straight back behind you, or I'm sorry, up towards the ceiling, not behind you. We don't want it shifting front to back. We want it shifting laterally. So one hip's down, other hip is up. Go ahead and rest. So I see that more often than not, and we don't want crunching from the side, right? Because if you're doing this, then it's shifting up, not towards the ceiling. All right, ready? Last one. Almost there. Awesome job. All right, we are going to go one more round into that bear plank to that down dog. So place the yoga block in between your knees. We're going to bring our hands underneath our shoulders, pop those toes up. Inhale, push that pressure back. Exhale, squeeze that block to that bear hover. So really good opportunity to get a nice stretch in those lats and that T-spine. Awesome job. Go ahead, come on down. All right, our next circuit, we're going to be working the glutes and the core. So we're going to be doing a single leg glute bridge followed by a plank with a side plank with balloon breathing. So if you have balloons, great. If not, no worries. We're going to work on our side plank. So option number one, you don't need the yoga block if you don't have it. But if you have a stack of books or something, you can elevate the foot on. So option number one, you're going to drive up. Most of the weight is going to be on this foot that's on the elevation. And then you're going to drop the leg out and then exhale to come back in and then drop down. All right, so that's level number one. Level number two, you're going to drive that leg out, all the way up, all the way in, and back down. That's option number two. All right, so you decide which option you're going with. Either way, we're working on our single leg glute bridge with that leg drop out to work those adductors. All right, we are there. So drive up, drop down, and come in. Another option you could do is keeping this foot nice and soft as you drive up, then bring that leg up, drive out, drive in, place down, and drop. So if you're like, I'm in the middle, I need like a combo of the two, then this would be your combination. As you drive that leg out, and then bring it back in, drop, and then drop those hips down. All right, so you choose the variation that feels most supported and you're strongest in your body. And then go ahead and rest. So eventually you will want to move and progress. Okay, so maybe week 1, you start with just the leg drop down to the side as you're in that bridge position. Then week 2, you add in that combo. And then week 3, go ahead. I think I'm too close to the wall. We're on that other side. So that's how you can progress. So we want to make sure that we are consistent with it, because the more consistent, the stronger we get. So very important as well that your hips are equal at the top, okay? So I don't want one hip dropping significantly. That would tell me that the glute med on this side is not helping to stabilize. And so that's why that hip would be dropping. So pay attention to that. One thing you can do is take a video of yourself. Go ahead and rest when doing that. Okay, next up we have a side plank with balloon breathing. So you can either do a traditional side plank with your ball squeeze. So you would start down here, you would inhale here, and then exhale into the balloon as you squeeze that ball. Or you would hold it the whole time. Or if you're ready for something more advanced, you can use your yoga block and place your top leg on the yoga block as you drive up and hold. You're going to work more of those adductors, and then you're going to continue to do your breathing in the balloon. So inhale through your nose and then exhale into the balloon. All right, so you can choose whichever side plank variation works best for you. I'm going to go with the modified side plank Copenhagen. All right, go ahead and inhale. So you're going to continue with that. So like I said, you're going to start with level 1, which is just going to be your side plank with that ball squeeze. Lower down, inhale, and then exhale, blow into the balloon, and then you repeat that. Or you're going to hold it the whole time with that ball squeeze with your exhale and exhaling into the balloon. Or you're going to hold this side plank modified version. Wow, couldn't say it. All right, go ahead and rest. So you've got your 3 levels that you can choose from and you can progress with. And of course, if the balloon is too much, then you're going to skip the balloon altogether. You can add in a straw instead. All right, ready for that other side? 3, and we're there. Inhale. So you really should feel those adductors turning on board for this as you're pressing your knee into that yoga block. You want to think about pressing down and pulling up, and then you're taking that nice strong inhale into the rib cage, into the back, and then exhaling into the balloon. Everything is gathering, all right? So we should not feel pressure down. It should feel like a gathering of your entire core. So continue there. Go ahead and rest. Awesome job. All right, let's go back to our glute bridge. So same thing, we're gonna place that foot on the yoga block, and you're gonna come down. You're gonna choose the level, whether that's both legs on the floor first. Either way, we are there. So drop down and lift up. So I'm not so much concerned about how many reps you're getting in. I just want to make sure that you're using good form and we're increasing our strength. And remember, we are breathing. I don't want you to hold your breath. Only go as far as you feel. Don't try to meet the same range as me. Awesome job. Go ahead and rest. We're going to switch to that other side. All right, we are there. Drop open and down. So using your feet, pressing into that yoga block. Nice tripod foot. I am too close to the wall here. I do that every time without fail. And I get myself all messed up. So inhale down, exhale, drive up. 10 seconds. 3, and rest. Awesome job. All right, we're gonna go back to our side plank balloon breathing. So again, you choose the option that works best for you, whether you're gonna start with that modified side plank Copenhagen, or you're gonna add in that ball. Go ahead and move or hold. So don't be afraid to use the opposite hand to touch your abdomen to see what's going on. We want to make sure that we're not creating bulgingness, we're not creating pressure down. If your core is strong enough and your pelvic floor is strong enough, then we should be able to feel that connection with everything. This is a great way to increase the intensity of this move while strengthening the pelvic floor. So we really want to make sure that our bodies are ready for it. So if you're like, nope, I immediately push down, then regress to a straw. You can take that opposite hand, like I said, and just play around, touch your abdomen, go ahead and rest, just to make sure that things are not bulging, because we don't want that. That's not the intent. All right, we've got our second round on the other side. Ready? And we're there. I also want to say that first blow into the balloon is always the hardest. So especially if you're changing out your balloons and you're using a new balloon for each set, then just be mindful of that. That first blow is going to be really hard. And then after that, it does get easier. All right, so keep going. You don't want to inhale the air from the balloon. Very, very mindful of that. We're closing off the glottis so that as we inhale, the breath is coming in through the nose, the glottis is closed, and we're exhaling through the mouth into the balloon. 3, 2, and 1. Awesome job. Go ahead and rest. We're going to go back to one more round of our glute bridge leg drops and one more round of our side planks balloon breathing. All right, so if you need to, I have not taken a drink this whole time, probably should have, but we are moving. So drive up, drop down. My microphone is telling me that it is dying. So I keep looking at it just to make sure, because I'm like, the last thing I want is for it to die and I'm still recording and you guys can't hear me. That is the worst. That has happened once before. I don't know what's up with my mic. I gotta look into it because I charged it, so I'm not really sure. Inhale down, exhale drive. Awesome job. Go ahead, switch right into that other side. I'm really hoping that it continues to stay strong until we are done. 3 seconds. 3. All right, drive up, drop. So remember your options. Take the level that suits you best. And then you can progress as you continue to show up and train. Ten seconds. 5 to go. And rest. Awesome job. All right, we've got one more round of our side planks, and then we will cool it off. So go ahead, grab yourself your balloon if you're using it. Don't want to pop it on myself. Like, I don't know how big these balloons get. Inhale, exhale. Awesome job. Go ahead, switch. You have about 15 seconds to get into that other side. Set yourself up. 3 and 1. We're there. I find that taking my hand out helps me to get more expansion up here. You can also take that hand out and above, because this is going to provide some lengthening here as well, is another great option to get more of that lateral ribcage expansion with our breathing. All right, you have about 10 seconds to go. My mic is still standing strong, thank goodness. You're almost done. 5 seconds, 3, and rest. Awesome job, you guys. All right, when we work the pelvic floor, we need to make sure that we lengthen it with movements. We're going to go into a child's pose and then a pigeon pose. So I'm going to just use my yoga block and I'm going to sit back into that child's pose position. I'm going to place my head on the block, and this is where I'm really just going to relax and rest. I'm going to focus on my strong, deep inhales with a nice, soft, gentle exhale. I'm going to reach my hands out so I can get some stretch in my lats, and I'm just going to focus on relaxing here. Awesome job. One more inhale and exhale. All right, we're going to come into a pigeon pose. So bring one leg forward and then pop that back leg back. And you're going to come all the way down. You can rest your head on your yoga block. You can move, rock side to side if it feels good. Otherwise, I want you to think about breathing into that hip and opening up through that space there. Give me one more good inhale and exhale. Awesome job. Go ahead, switch into that other side. Give me one more good inhale and exhale. Fantastic job. If you want to add in more poses like a happy baby or a deep squat because you feel like your body needs it, by all means, please do so. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next workout.